Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Oscar Buzz. It is final
It's
predictions
time. It's
time.
time.
This is
I
really it,
know.
guys.
Yeah, the last one. We've been
It's
doing this since, well, April last year, and now we're here for the final ones. Either the last Oscar
final
predictions we'll be
predictions.
locking in officially. Feels weird. There's still
Yeah,
categories that are up in the air, very much so,
yeah.
but
Well, even
there's a
like
lot we're confident in.
like
Yeah.
ACE is happening right now. So chat, you
Yeah,
can
there's still
update us
some
on that.
stuff.
Also, hello to everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
Josephine, Percy, welcome,
WGA
welcome.
still remains quite important for
WJ is
adapted.
tonight, but I also just don't care, and I'm just going to predict who I'm talking no matter what. Hello, Nathan.
Well,
Hello,
that's
hello.
fair. I mean, the only thing, if Woman Talking doesn't win, I'll be predicting All Quiet on the Western
I
Front.
also
That is
literally
what I
don't
will
care.
say.
I also
That
literally
is
don't
just
care.
what I'll
But we'll
say.
get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
get to
get to
that.
that.
I don't care. ASC
Yeah,
is also tonight. Maybe Elvis, but who knows? Hello,
maybe.
hello. Okay, let's just get into it. Let's just get
Yeah.
into it.
Let's
Oscar
start off
winners
easy.
predictions.
Yeah.
Let's
Start
start
off
off
easy with
easy.
picture.
Best picture.
We all know what it's gonna be. We
We
all know
all
what it's
know.
gonna be.
If you still do
Yeah.
not think that Everything Everywhere All at Once is winning Best Picture, I genuinely do not know what to tell you.
You're
I,
just
I
wrong.
genuinely do not know.
You're just wrong. Because if Banshees was gonna win, it would win at BAFTA. If Top Gun was gonna win, it win at PGA. If Fame was gonna win it at DJ. There's nothing else. All Quiet, they're not gonna give it to All Quiet, let's just be honest. None
Yeah.
of the other 6 through 10 are even really worth considering. It's
Relevant.
just going to
Yeah.
be it, Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's got other categories locked up. It's got the
Yep.
precursor wins. It's got the momentum. It's got literally everything you could possibly want. So,
Like,
yeah,
you can tell me, oh, well, let's see about Michelle and Jamie Lee. Sure, we can
I
have
don't
that
care even, yeah.
conversation. I
Yeah.
don't care.
It
Everything Everywhere
doesn't,
All at
it's
Once
still
is
winning.
winning. It's
Yeah.
yeah. We could have, but we have school during the week, and that would have been rough. And also, I feel pretty good about those categories, at least
Yeah.
most of them. So, like, we'll talk about editing and cinematography and screenplay. We'll talk about the potential alternatives depending on the winners tonight, but we just genuinely wouldn't have time during the week. So, yeah. Hello, Ty. Hello, and then okay, we can stay easy, I guess. I mean, best director.
Yeah. I mean, this is another one
Guys,
that, come on. Like, I
come
can't
on.
believe there's still 1,000 people thinking
Who
Steven
thinks
Spielberg's going
Steven
to win here.
Spielberg is going to
It's
win?
going to be the Daniels. They've won all the precursors. DJ was a big challenge for them. Like, if they had director support, and they did,
Yeah.
they showed they did. So
Yep.
it's fine.
Yep.
Picture director combo locked up.
Yes. Hello. Welcome. Yeah, I think so. We were going over.
We've
It
been
won
going through
even
this, yeah.
more once it wins ACE and WJ tonight, which let's be honest, it is. It will have won more, I think, the most guilds of any film all time.
Yeah, I think we
easily
looked at
with
it.
Slumdog
American
Millionaire.
Beauty was
American
quite a
Beauty and
lot.
Slumdog Millionaire.
Slumdog Millionaire was the other one,
But
yeah.
like
But
even
even
then,
so,
Everything Ever is winning more. Everything Ever is
yeah.
winning more. It also broke the SAG record. Like, it is winning the most industry awards of any film ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
It's a lock. It's a massive lock, and it is, yeah, as you say, one of the biggest locks in history, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Oh, it's bigger luck than Nomadland. Nomadland got
Yeah.
one SAG nomination, lost it. It didn't win WGA. Like, and granted, sure, SAG was never going to be nominated for ensemble, but it just shows like Everything Ever is just so built for every single piece of the Academy to love it more
Yeah.
than any other film. Like, I
Yeah.
feel so confident.
100%.
I feel so confident.
100%.
It's decent. And yeah, even Snyder's
Decent.
thrown in the towel.
Yeah. Giving up at the last stage. I guess, fair enough. If you want to be stubborn the whole year and then eventually get it right, sure, if that's the strategy you want to use, but,
Yeah.
I don't really see the point.
Anyways, Daniel's winning director. Okay, time to get into an interesting one, everybody. Time to get interesting. She is number one on Gold Derby, which kind of scares me.
It leapfrogged, but I'm going with it. I think it's Michelle Yeoh.
Yep.
I think it's Michelle Yeoh now. She's the one with momentum. Kate Blanchett's not Everything Everywhere picture winner. It's got that going for it. Everyone just seems to want Michelle Yeoh to win. No one really wants Kate Blanchett to win, except for.
Yeah, well, there are a lot. There are people.
There's a group.
Yeah. It's crushing. What's the runner-up? I don't even know at this point. And that's the thing. People are trying to say, "Oh, well, what about Brokeback Mountain? Brokeback Mountain was a lock. Brokeback Mountain. What about Brokeback Mountain? What about Power of the Dog? No. But those had clear number twos. Brokeback Mountain had a clear number two. What is the clear number two? The fact that you
All
have
Quiet is the number two.
Yeah, are we going to say All Quiet on the Western Front? Like, no film is surging in momentum. Something always wins like PGA or SAG Ensemble was like, oh, maybe this is a thing. Like, that was Parasite, right? It won SAG Ensemble. No, There's nothing else. What is the number two?
Like you're
What is
either
our
you're looking
secret
at yeah you're looking
Yeah,
at All Quiet, or maybe based off of the wins they might get on Oscars, maybe Banshees or Elvis. Those are
sure.
literally the only other. But no,
But like,
it's just
come on,
there's
guys,
no
come
point
on.
really discussing it.
Yes, Thomas is
I'm
feeling
a sick
better.
during SAG again.
Maybe that was wild.
Um,
Indie spirits were last night. Yeah. Okay. So let's think about this in depth. So BAFTA, typically the better predictor for lead. Typically
yeah,
the better predictor, especially in both lead categories. Supporting SAG is historically better, but in lead, BAFTA is like 10% better or so. I think the big thing is that I did a deep dive into these stats. I can actually pull up some of the images. I'll actually get those up. But basically, you want to go with BAFTA every single time, unless the SAG winner was also in the Best Picture winner, and we've seen this play out so many times. And I don't know. I just got a gut feeling.
yeah.
I
I was
I
pretty like I was on the Kate Blanchett train, and I still felt Kate
same.
Blanchett would win after SAG. But it was one sort of thing that was niggling at me, and that is surely you can't give Everything Everywhere at Once like 6 awards, 6, 5, 7, without giving Michelle Yeoh a win. Like, just surely in my mind, that just does not make sense under any circumstances, really. Like, you're not going to give wins to Kei Kwan, Jamie Lee Curtis, and not Michelle Yeoh. That just, it doesn't fit. Like, yes, they might want to give Tar something. I don't know if they really will. Like, they clearly like Tar, but I don't know
Yeah.
if it's a film where you have to rush to give it a win.
Right.
And Michelle Yeoh just feels like more of a winner here, and it feels like it will just come along with this Everything Everywhere at Once sweep. Kate Blanchett hasn't had any momentum since BAFTA. It's all been for Michelle Yeoh, so
Yeah.
go Michelle Yeoh.
1000%, 1000%. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up these SAG and BAFTA stats that I put together. So this is the total breakdown between both categories. We're looking at like BAFTA slightly edging out in the lead categories, SAG edging out in the supporting categories. And then when you look at the splits when the eventual winners were nominated, recently it's been going very heavily for BAFTA. But if you also look at the most recent 3 splits, the 3 SAG winners were not in Best Picture nominees, right? And like I don't know. And then you look at the 2 recent the times where SAG happened in the last 10 years, Mahershala Ali, Moonlight, Lupita Nyong'o, and 12 Years a Slave. They were in Best Picture winners. And I just think that this is a massive show of passion for Everything Everywhere. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like
I do also
I
think, and we'll bring this up later, I do think the fact that SAG was after BAFTA does make a difference, because she was making a speech during when people were thinking about
I
voting.
don't. I
I
don't.
think
I
it does.
don't think that.
I think
I don't think that that matters. I think what matters is that Everything Ever All at Once has the most passion
I think it's just
because
about
they
building
care about that
momentum
movie
for them.
more.
And I do think,
That's what I'm
therefore,
saying. That
that
is part of the momentum.
what's got the momentum going in. And I think this Michelle Yeoh win for Everything Everywhere didn't only help Everything Everywhere the film in general gain momentum, it's also gained momentum for her performance specifically. There seems to have been a whole sort of campaign, and hopefully, because I'm hopeful will be Michelle Yeoh over Kate Blanchett. I do think Kate Blanchett gives an excellent performance, like truly,
Yeah, but like,
a
let's
really
give it to
excellent.
Michelle.
Can't wait.
Like, why?
Can't wait.
Why not? Let's
Yeah,
let's give it to Michelle. So we are going with Michelle Yeoh. Can it still
yeah,
be Kate Blanchett? Obviously, this is an
good.
incredibly close category. There are three of the 4 acting categories are incredibly close, but we're going with Michelle. We're riding the
Yeah,
hype wave. I mean, we saw with Coda last year. Stats only get you so far. At a certain point, you got to look at passion.
yeah.
All right,
Which is a good lead on to the next one.
who's ready for us to argue?
Well, yeah. I mean, we've talked about this pretty extensively. There's not going to be much argument here. I will accept the fact that stats are on the side of Butler. However, I'm ignoring them. I think Brendan Fraser's the one with the passion. I think Brendan Fraser makes sense to the career narrative. I think Brendan Fraser's performance is transformative enough. And I think Brendan Fraser is a performance that delivers the emotion which people will want to vote for over Butler. And you're going to come up with stats. They're very interesting stats. They do favour Butler, but I'm ignoring them for this one. I'm going with my gut. I'm going Brendan Fraser.
Listen, we talked about passion for a movie. I think they quite obviously care more about Elvis than the whale.
Yeah, everywhere did. but people are still going for Fraser. I think that shows that Fraser
Which people?
pushes positive.
SAG, which has traditionally cared way more about comeback narratives and career narratives than BAFTA
Critics'
has.
Choice as
Here,
well, and the Critics' Groups
Critics'
previously.
Choice
So
doesn't matter. I could care less about Critics' Choice. They have no voting crossover. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about Critics'
yeah,
Choice.
I still think
I don't want to talk about Critics' Choice.
it just
I don't want to talk
it's
about
building up
Glow.
momentum. I think he's
Like,
had momentum all year.
I
don't
I
think
think
no
that
reason it's
Fraser's momentum
ended.
is like kind of dying, if I'm being honest. I
I
think
don't
that he
know.
peaked at festivals. I think that Butler's had momentum all year. Here, let's look at this.
No,
Let's
I
look
think
at
he got the momentum at the
let's look at these.
festivals,
We got Bozeman
gained
and
a bit
Close,
more at
right?
Critics' Choice, and
Two
then secured
leading
his momentum at SAG.
performances at SAG who were not in Best Picture nominees, who gave career like narrative performances.
Yeah.
Lost 2 Best Picture nominees.
Yeah.
One BAFTA. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like,
The
Idris
chat seems to
Elba,
be
Viola
weirdly agreeing with
Davis.
me, which I did not realise. Well, it's 50-50, really, in the chat, which makes sense because this is a this is a
It's a
toss-up,
very split
really.
category. And listen,
I'm not
I'm
confident
not
at all with
I'm not
Fraser. I've
confident
been going
either.
for all year. I do think there is a slight element of stubbornness here from my part, but I don't really
Potentially.
care. I genuinely do think Brendan Fraser has a very good shot to win. So
We got Jack in the chat here.
yeah.
Just saying. No, I don't know. It's the like, how are you not going to give the Oscar to the person who played Elvis in one of like the top 10 highest grossing films of the year, which is also a Best Picture nominee, who also won the most important lead acting stat, or most important lead acting precursor with BAFTA. Like, BAFTA is 92%, SAG is 85% with lead actor.
Because
It's
people want
gone to a
Fraser.
Best Picture nominee for the last 13 years. It's gone. Elvis is probably going to win makeup. I mean, I don't know. I just don't think that. I feel like Fraser already peaked. Like, I feel like his momentum peaked at festivals when everybody was like applauding for him and he got all these standing
I
ovations.
think I was
And
getting a
then this
bit
has been
back
like
at SAG.
at a slight downhill. But think about Austin Butler. His momentum has been carrying him literally since June. He has
I don't
maintained
really see the momentum for Austin
constantly
Butler
rising.
now. Like I think it's equal to Fraser at least. I would
He was
say at least admit they have equal passion going in. I don't think Austin Butler has more passion than Brendan Fraser right now.
Really?
I think they have equal passion, yes, going in, which is why I
Even
think
though The Whale
people
has
will be
9
more inclined.
nominations, including Best Picture, and The Whale has 3 and
I
no
think you look at a ballot,
more
you look
creative
at Austin
acting.
Butler and you look at Brendan Fraser. I think more people will be wanting to vote for Fraser, and I do think that is a very powerful thing. Whereas Butler, he's young. I do think that plays into a bit. I'm going Fraser. You can say all the stats you like.
The American is right. Yeah, I don't know. I just really, I've been feeling this like almost all season. It just feels like Butler's year. It feels like the type of thing that wins Best Actor. Like, it is the most showy, it is the most baity performance.
Is it?
I think,
It's
yeah.
Brendan Fraser's quite showy and basic.
He's playing Elvis Presley. He's singing, he's dancing, he has makeup. Like, sure,
Brendan
Butler
Fraser has makeup.
doing a
He's
lot
in
of
a
makeup.
400
Yeah,
pound
is he
suit.
singing and dancing and playing a real life person who everybody knows?
No, he's talking and he's crying. He's talking and he's crying.
So's Butler. Butler also screams
Well,
and cries.
I don't know. Neither of us are changing our opinions on this.
Neither of us are going to change. And listen, we're coming across like we're like very strong about this. We're not. Like,
No,
I feel
this is
very
like
shaky in this category.
this is like one of my least confident categories going into this. Honestly,
I mean, I feel more confident about this than both actors categories, but
mate,
yeah, but I
don't
still
know
don't feel
about that.
confident. Like, I still do not feel confident. Leaning towards Butler, though. It's always kind of made sense. But again, I wouldn't be shocked if it was Fraser. I wouldn't be shocked.
No.
And this is the other thing. BAFTA is everyone voting. SAG is just actors. SAG also is going to go for the more populist comeback narratives. Like, and you could say, well, what about Michelle Yeoh? Well, Michelle Yeoh is in the Best Picture winner. Brendan Fraser is in a movie that wasn't even nominated. So, anyways,
Wow.
Jack in the chat, Oscar Film Forecast. Go check out his channel. He's on here sometimes and making great points in my defense. So, Ha ha ha. Okay, here we go. Supporting actors. Here's another fun one, everybody.
Okay,
Are we ready
tough
for
one.
fun? Are we ready for fun?
Yeah,
We're
we
doing
are at
quick,
least
okay?
agreed on this one, though. We are at least agreed on this
And
one.
we're going for, oh Jesus, ad. We're going
Uh,
for the number 3 on Gold Derby. We are going to
ooh,
predict
yeah,
Everything Ever All at Once to be the first movie since Network to
to win
win
three.
3 acting
And I
Oscars. Now,
mean,
you
with
might
a
call us
film,
crazy,
yeah, with a
and we
film with this
probably
amount of
are.
passion, this amount of guilt support, like it, if any film was going to beat that, surely it's Everything Everywhere at Once. That's
Yeah.
been my philosophy with this. Like,
Like,
oh,
listen,
surely Everything Everywhere at Once can't win this many awards. We've not seen a film with this amount of passion for literally decades. So
yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. Like, it hasn't the same amount of passion. Like, are we crazy for saying it's going to win 3? Maybe. Do I firmly in my heart of hearts believe it's going to happen? I don't really know.
yeah,
Like, probably not. But, like, I want to go for it because I don't think that Bassett's number 1. That's kind of crazy to
I
me. I
don't
think
think
that
Bassett's
Bassett's
number
number
one. I
3.
think Bassett's completely lost momentum. The Oscars didn't
I think
really
that
go
she's
for
number
Black
3.
Panther
She can still
Wakanda
happen.
Forever as they could
Yeah.
have done. I think she could still happen just by default of her being Angela Bassett doing a very basic
Right.
performance in a very big film. But they
Right.
didn't really go for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. They could have gone for it more.
I
It's
mean, they
never
still
made
gave it 5
sense.
nominations. They did still like it. I
Didn't it
just think
miss
that
a couple
losing
things
SAG,
though?
not really.
Oh, okay, maybe not.
I
But
guess like
like, it's
production
never
design or
made
something.
sense for a Marvel actress to win. I was never
Yeah.
confident, even when she. It was only when she won Globe and Critics' Choice, we were like, okay, she's probably winning
Yeah.
SAG as
And then she
well.
lost like a
Maybe
BAFTA.
we'll go for the BAFTA, but yeah, it's when she lost SAG. That's when I was like, no, she should have won SAG. There's no reason she's not winning SAG, but she didn't. So that's why I don't think it's really going to be her anymore. And I do think she is number 3, probably in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, because let's think about this. So I was in the heat of this on Twitter because before BAFTA, I was making the argument for Carrie Condon and against Angela Bassett,
Yeah,
and everybody was like, "Hold up, what are you talking about?" And I brought up the Rylance thing, and I brought up the Olivia Colman Glenn Close thing, and I brought up all that. But I think the really interesting thing, Jack, no, Bassett's number 3. I think the interesting thing is that when we were all having this Bassett Condon argument, the argument against Bassett was, do people really care about this movie? Do people care about, giving Bassett an award for a movie that like maybe they didn't like? There's a lot of anti-Marvel sentiment, like all this. The argument against Carrie Condon was, do people even know who Carrie Condon is? Do we want to give
people
Carrie
want to
Condon
give
an
her the
award?
win. Like,
Do people really
it's
want to give
yeah,
her an Oscar? Jamie Lee Curtis literally defeats both of those narratives. She
yeah.
has the career award narrative. Everybody knows who Jamie Lee Curtis is. She's honestly been like the face of the campaign for Everything Everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, she's been the person getting this all out. I mean, plus, she's in the most beloved movie of the year and the Best Picture winner. Like,
Yeah.
I could make an argument against both Bassett and Condon. I can't really make an argument against Jamie Lee Curtis other than
No.
that would be a kind of weird winner. But I think it almost kind of makes more sense than Angela Bassett because
Yeah.
at least Curtis is in a Best Picture winner.
I mean,
So
literally the
it's
only other
also
argument you could make is
preferential.
vote splitting. I do think vote splitting might, but it's not. It didn't stop Jamie Lee
Sure.
Curtis winning SAG, so that's what
Right.
you can argue against that, I guess. Like, Pete, I know you still think Stephanie Shu has a shot.
I know she's the 4. She's so obviously the
Yes,
4.
I know.
It's more of
I
just a
don't
hope
think she
pick.
has a shot in hell. I think
She
that
has
is
like
the
a
definition
1%
of
chance.
wishstick thing. I think the idea that, if they had actually seen the film, which they clearly have, they would surely go Stephanie Shu over Jamie Lee Curtis. I would agree,
Right.
like they should surely, but they haven't in the past. That is a wishstick thing. Stephanie Shu has so many barriers to be now. It's just not happening. So I do think it is between Carrie Condon and Jamie Lee Curtis. I could just see them going with a BAFTA winner.
Do this at SAG? Then why didn't she do this at SAG? Listen,
Yeah.
I listen. I understand this kind of goes against my SAG arguments earlier, but it does follow the
one with the
go with
momentum.
BAFTA, go with the momentum, and go with BAFTA unless the SAG winner's in a picture winner.
Yeah. Like, it could very well be Condon. I'm very torn as to whether.
It could easily be Condon. It could
You
still
could
be
just go with
Bassett. She's number
BAFTA.
3.
And if they do
Like,
want to give Banshees a win, which they might,
Yep.
like, we're now not predicting it in a different category,
there's
which we'll get
3
to.
strong
But
options.
like,
yeah, there's 3 very strong options. This is the category I feel the least confident about.
I'd agree. This
By
is
far.
the most up in the air category because, like, with
I
actor,
feel-
actress, they've got 2 potential. This one,
Yeah.
there is 3. There's 3 potential characters.
Yeah, this is such an all over the place category, but like I'm just gonna go with JLC because like I'm just gonna ride the wave.
Yeah.
I'm already predicting everything ever all at once for so much. Why not?
Yeah.
Why
Why
not?
not in an area which has already been winning? That just like again doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, Condon would be the only win for the movie if she wins.
Unless you're doing it for original screenplay.
Jack with amazing takes about Butler, not about this, but
Yeah.
it's okay. So yeah, she's been all around the awards circuit. I don't know. I just got a gut
Yeah.
feeling about Curtis. Maybe not.
Yeah,
Again,
we could
not
just be
confident, but
completely on the wrong train about this, but
we
we're on
could.
it together
But
at
why
least.
not
We're
go
doing
for
it
everything
together.
everywhere? Why not go for everything everywhere for everything?
Mm.
I don't know. Hello. Okay. Let's move on to an easy one. Supporting
And
actor
he's
Kei
yeah, we
Moving on.
can
Yes, moving
move
on.
on. Yeah.
Adapted screenplay. This is a bit rougher. So WGA is happening in a couple of hours.
Couple of hours. Yeah.
I don't care what happens. I'm gonna say women talking. Um,
If Women Talking doesn't win WGA, I'm going All Quiet on the Western Front. And even if Top Gun or Glass Onion win WGA, I'm going the BAFTA screenplay winner, All Quiet on the Western Front.
yeah, I just don't think that makes any sense.
I don't think Women Talking makes any sense if it doesn't win WGA. If it doesn't win WGA, it's shown consistently it doesn't have as much support in the screenplay category as it would need to win. There is no reason it shouldn't be winning WGA. The only other contenders are Top Gun and Glass Onion. If it loses to one of them, it's in the same category as them. It just doesn't make sense for it to be an Oscar winner. Like, yes, it is easy the best screenplay in the
Why?
category.
WGA
Yes,
is
they
like
would
not
probably like
good
to
at
give it to Sarah
predicting it
Polley,
though.
but it's
WGA
not
is
had
not good at
support in
predicting.
screenplay.
WGA is not good at predicting. Like
Yeah,
I
but
don't care. I think
where else is it winning? Where else is Women Talking been winning
I
screenplay
mean
other than
in the
Critics'
UFC scripter.
USC script? Yeah, I don't. BAFTA is a better. It's a stronger one.
I would disagree this year because like they the BAFTA's favorite movie of all time is All Quiet on the Western Front. I don't if I wasn't like
Yeah.
already feeling good about it, like they gave it director and the Oscars didn't even nominate it. I don't think I want to take those wins that seriously.
Yeah, and I wish I could say the same about Women Talking. I don't want to take their wins seriously, but there's been no wins. There's been no wins for Women Talking if it doesn't win WGA. So
But I think it will. So
yes, exactly. I do think it
I
will. I am hoping this is a superfluous conversation that we don't really need to be
yeah,
having. A Woman Talking will
but
just end
like
up winning as it should. But yeah, if it doesn't win a WGA, I don't see how it can win.
I mean, and listen, I'm probably just being stubborn. I see people in the chat agreeing with you. I'm probably just being stubborn. I just do not see a world, like if I'm just imagining, I don't see a world. I close my eyes. They say an adapted screenplay goes to All Quiet on like that just doesn't make sense. A German war film. Like
No, yeah,
they don't go for international screenplays in adapted. Like they don't go for war movies. Like not even like the Thin Red Line one or like I don't know. They don't like to go for these types of things. International films or war movies. And like why this one? They go for very righty movies.
well, I mean, I
And
don't know
women
why
talking.
this one, but it has seemed to be in a really big awards contender. So I don't know why it is All Quiet. I don't know why that's the film that they've coalesced around, but it seems to have done. Maybe this is the year where
Like,
that
I
sort of
think
thing
the
gets
only
broken.
reason it even
I
got
don't
in
think it
is
will.
because
I
this
think it's
category
going
is
to
weak.
win.
Like,
The category is weak. The category is weak. But if Women Talking
like
doesn't win WJ, it can't win. And I'm going All Quiet.
no, I disagree. I think I wouldn't say it can't win. I would have some doubt, but I wouldn't say if Women Talking doesn't win WJ, it can't win. WJ is
No, I
not good at
wouldn't say
predicting.
it's impossible, but I would say
Like, it
it's.
is not good at predicting. I don't
I'd
know.
put it number 3. If it
I mean,
doesn't
this
win
is also a good point.
WJ,
Like, how much
I'd
are
put
we
All
going to rely
Quiet
on
in the
BAFTA?
winner.
They only gave Everything Ever All at Once editing, yet we're still predicting Everything Ever All at Once to win like 7 or 8 Oscars. Like, how much are we going to rely on BAFTA? I don't think that BAFTA is like that important this year.
Yeah. But where's Women Talking support in the screenplay category?
I mean,
Non-existent.
they didn't even nominate it.
Exactly. So they didn't nominate. Yeah, they didn't nominate it there. That's just a point against it again.
No, I'm saying it didn't even have to compete against it because it didn't release there because MGM didn't campaign it to BAFTA. Like
Well, I don't know.
they
I don't
did.
know.
BAFTA
It's
voters didn't
very
even
weird
see
that
the
the two
movie.
top contenders have just never had to fight against each other in
Yeah,
a
no,
category.
the,
That's a
like
very
the
weird
Oscars
situation
will be
we're
the
in.
first time that they have to compete against each other.
Yeah.
So it's very strange. But yeah, okay. Let's see. For everyone who lives in talking, this is the only place where they can vote for it. It has a chance. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Do you think everything ever will have enough number one votes to? Maybe, but even so, I think it still wins on preferential ballot, like in one PGA.
Yeah.
So I don't see
Although
why it
that is
wouldn't
true,
win
it
preferential
might
ballot.
just win outright,
It
which would be
could just win outright, but even if it
really
doesn't,
good.
it's still crushing on preferential ballot.
Yeah.
No, I would not, but
No, I would not either.
yeah,
No, but
Bassett could still definitely happen. I just, yeah. I know. I mean, Banshees could go home Oscarless. Tar could go home Oscarless. I definitely think Fableman's is going home
I think
Oscarless.
Fableman is going home Oscarless.
We'll see about
Yeah,
Tar and Banshees, but that could very easily happen.
I could definitely
So
see them. Yeah.
yeah, but okay. I'm going with women talking no matter what. Thomas, you're saying women talking unless something else wins WJ tonight, in which case you're going all quiet on the Western Front.
Indeed.
Cool. Original screenplay. It's everything everywhere, guys.
Well, I wouldn't say that one's so good. This is another category I'm very torn on. But BAFTA has never been the greatest predictor at original screenplay. So, and I do think just Everything Everywhere All at Once is
Like,
gonna
I
is
guess it's
obviously the
Globe.
momentum. Like, yeah,
I guess it's
there is
Globe.
the Globe, but Globes were ages ago. I don't know if people really take them into much
I don't know.
consideration.
Again, it's the momentum, it's the passion. Like, I think people are just gonna vote for everything everywhere as many places as they can.
Yeah, I do think the only thing that is they might want to split. They might want to share love for Banshees because that Banshees was a very beloved film in the Academy, quite clearly with the
Yeah.
nominations
Oh,
it
for
got.
sure, for sure. No, I
So
could definitely see Banshees happening, but like, I like we're already predicting everything ever for so much. Why not predict it for more?
yeah, especially when it's had to play before, it's going to take home the closest award to the Oscars. That's the WGA. So yeah, like I don't know. I think it just might be Everything Everywhere All at Once. And if you look at the times
Yeah.
when they did choose to split it, like if you look at Nomadland and The Father almost it feels more like a screenplay film than Nomadland anyway. So it's not
Yeah.
like they were going, okay, we won't give it to Nomadland, we'll give it to this film instead. It was The Father probably would have won on merit. So it's not like they were
Right.
sharing the love there. Code of Power of a Dog is slightly different stories. I do think Power of a Dog
But what won
was
Best
better
Picture?
screenplay.
Like it
But yeah,
was the
Code
surge
won
of
Best
momentum for
Picture.
Best Picture.
So
Right.
yeah,
Nomadland didn't have that surge of momentum. Sure, yes, Nomadland won Best Picture, but that surge of momentum was really early and then just kind of maintained. Like everything, like Banshees isn't having a surge of momentum right now. Everything everywhere is.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I think everything ever just makes sense here. So again, could be wrong, but yeah. Cinematography. Going with All Quiet. It'll be interesting to see if Elvis wins tonight at ASC. I still think I would predict All Quiet though.
I would as well. I mean, it's between those two. The other three don't really stand much of a chance.
Yeah.
I just think,
Like
with the amount of nominations they gave All Quiet, they're going to give it a win somewhere. I feel like this is the strongest place to give it a win. We'll get to Sound later, which I think is the only other place where it really stands a chance.
obviously international.
Oh, well, obviously, yeah, international as well. But I'm talking text. So, yeah, and it just feels strong in here. And it's worthy. Like, it's got some great cinematography All Quiet. So, I'd have to
Yeah. The only thing with Elvis is like if they go with like the female cinematographer route, which could be interesting. Mandy Walker, I believe, is her name. She'd be the first ever female cinematographer to win in the history of the Oscars, which would be cool. I don't really
Actually, there's
care
an
for the
interesting
cinematography.
point here. If Everything Everywhere All at Once doesn't win WJ, would we still pick it? I guess so. I guess.
Yeah.
If it doesn't win
Yeah.
WJ, it's a bit worrying. It's a bit worrying.
No, I don't.
I guess
I
we still
don't
pick
care.
it.
I'd still pick it.
Yeah.
I also just don't think that that's an issue. Why would it sweep everything else and not?
Hopefully not.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, cool. So cinematography, we're going All Quiet, even if Elvis wins tonight.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Costumes.
Going Elvis as well, I think. Yeah.
Everything
Like,
Everywhere is way too low here. So in case
it
you
is.
didn't know, Everything Everywhere beat Black Panther at the Costume Designers Guild.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fascinating. I'm still gonna go Elvis because I think Catherine Martin will get something.
Yeah.
I could see an Everything Ever upset though. I think Everything Ever is the number 2, if I'm being honest. Like
potentially, unless maybe they like pair Babylon with wins in production design and costumes.
oh, but it's not gonna win like 3 odds. No.
Well, yeah, I mean, score is questionable though. We'll get to
well,
that.
that's true.
I still have
But
Like
Yeah, I don't think Babylon's
guaranteed.
gonna win that many Oscars.
No,
I think,
I do
and
think
like,
there are like Elvis isn't strong, and there are three other contenders that could take it. So this is a bit of an up in the air category, but
yeah, I'm
like I
gonna,
do think Elvis takes some text. I do think this is just one that comes along with the package.
yeah.
Like it makes sense for costumes. Elvis like fits.
Well, yeah, because like I don't know. It's Catherine Martin. Catherine Martin always wins at least something, if not both. I don't think she's taking production design. We'll get to that in a second. But Elvis is just always kind of made sense for costumes.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Elvis here. Everything everywhere could still happen though. Like let's be honest.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. I think there are four contenders here. I think Mrs. Harris
yeah,
Goes to Paris is the only one that is
not
not happening.
happening. Yeah, yeah. But okay, Elvis is our final prediction. Editing, everything everywhere. I don't care
This
about the sound stat.
I love the way this category is switched. We had a
Yup.
couple of weeks ago, we were like, okay, well, it's just probably going to be Top Gun. It's going to be sound and editing, cool, Top Gun,
Yeah,
done. But
da.
now, yeah, everything everyone wants to
They're
sweep this
going with the
category,
right thing. They're going with the correct
and
choice.
it's great. It is great.
Yep. No, we don't even need to talk about this. Again, ACE is tonight. It will probably just split everything everywhere in comedy, Top Gun, and drama. I
Yeah,
mean, I could even see Elvis beating Top Gun for drama at this point. Like that might
maybe,
happen.
maybe.
But regardless, I think we're just getting in everything everywhere, right?
Yeah, and it's not even
So
like this would be the only win. Oh, if you want to give Top Gun Maverick a win, like that's coming later. So,
yes, absolutely.
like, this is
Okay.
just going to be everything everyone wants.
Makeup and hair, going with Elvis here.
I'm not entirely confident. I'm going Elvis just because I do think it does pick up text, and it was clearly more like than the whale. I won't deny that. But I could just be the whale. Like it's the showiest makeup, I'd argue, in
It
that category.
could. It could, but I don't know. I feel like
The makeup
it's
does
just
feel like a
everywhere.
category prone to going for some wacky
Yeah.
stuff, doing what
I
they
will
like.
say just looking back at this, the sound stat also has very consistently gone with sweepers in editing, even something like sound metal. Or if there are no sweepers, then it goes maybe with sound stat, like last year with Dune. If the sweeper is in a film that wasn't nominated for sound, the sweeper still usually wins.
Mm,
So
yeah,
yeah.
and everything was.
Um but yeah, makeup, I'm going with, yeah, I don't know. Like they could go something weird, but it's typically tied to a lead acting performance, which is why I'm between Elvis and the whale, and that's where we've kind of been all year. I just
Yeah,
think that Elvis is stronger, and Elvis has more characters in makeup. It does more interesting things with the makeup. It was less controversial with the makeup, and I think it'll be tied to a winning
yeah,
performance.
that's the
So
thing. I do think there was a bit of controversy around the whale and makeup,
yeah,
so it could play a factor. It could play a factor,
yeah, for sure. So I
but
think
it's a
Elvis is
very
going to
close
take it.
race between those two as well.
Production design, we got a sweeper, folks. We got a sweeper.
We
Going with
do,
Babylon.
and another one that's just a great sweeper. Like this is the right sweeper. You've made
It
the
is the
right.
correct choice.
So cool,
Yeah, yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
Babylon.
Yeah. Yes, but just to go back to this, Dune didn't win anything, but also look at what beat it. West Side Story won Critics' Choice, wasn't nominated for the Oscar. No Time to Die won BAFTA, wasn't nominated for the Oscar. And then King Richard and won ACE, which that had sound, but
Yeah,
it didn't really.
and I
Or no, it
think
didn't.
what you're
Sorry,
also
King
looking at
Richard didn't
there
have
is
sound, so there
yeah,
was no sweeper. So none of the nominees either had a sound nomination, or none of the other winners either had a sound nomination, or were even nominated at all.
yeah.
So
I think the key thing there is that you named three films. Like there wasn't a sweeper that year, and
yeah,
something like June, the big tech thing that just
right.
got in for editing. I didn't think it was
So
worthy of an editing
nothing
win, but
sweeped, and it was the
it's
only
came
one
up
that
with
had
yeah,
sound. So
yeah.
I think that's
So
the thing.
that
If
makes
there's a
sense.
sweeper, like I look at stats, unless there's a sweeper. If there's a sweeper, just gonna go with it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if Top Gun couldn't even win BAFTA, where they love the racing movies, I
Also,
don't know.
Top Gun's not even guaranteed to win sound, so
It isn't. It isn't,
there's
which
also
we'll get
that.
to in a second. But yeah, production design, Babylon's the correct choice. I love it. Score. I'm so scared.
I'm very worried as well. Like, there's a couple very strong
It's
contenders
gotta be
there.
Babylon, right? Like, how do you
It
not?
should. It is the most memorable score. It does have that going for it. It is easily the most like the Fablemans. I can name you a single even chord from that
Yeah.
film. And All Quiet score is pretty distinctive to be fair. And if
But
they
it's the
do
same
really
thing.
like All Quiet, which they could, because BAFTAs did, yeah. But like
But no,
BAFTAs
like,
really liked All Quiet. What's to say
right.
the Academy doesn't as well? Maybe they give it a winning score.
I
That
mean, it
could just
lost the par
happen.
at Critics' Choice. I don't know. I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
I just really think it makes sense, and I can't fathom anything else. Like, how do you listen to the Babylon? Da, 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 da,
Yeah,
da.
I
Like,
know.
how do
It's
you listen to
obviously
that and not vote for it? I just genuinely don't get it. Yeah. So Jack, actually, I was talking with Jack the other day. He brought up this stat that like the last two Best Picture winners who were nominated either score a song. One of those. We'll look at song in a second. But Babylon's gotta win, guys. Right? Like it's just got to. I could see All Quiet
Yeah.
happening. Fablemans maybe if they still want to go for that
I
Williams
mean, if we
narrative.
look,
I
I
don't know.
remember looking at our like March Oscar predictions, and we put up
Yeah.
payments in the John Williams stat. Maybe this is the last time. Well, it probably will be the last time they can
No,
honour
he
him,
said he's
unless.
doing more. He's doing more. He
Well, isn't
already
he
said
just
he's
doing
doing
Indy
more.
5? Or is
No,
he
he said
still
he's
going after
going
that?
to do more stuff after that. So
Oh, okay. Fair enough then. We don't have to give it to John Williams. Cool.
yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. Like I know. I think there's also a stat like for like the last 8 years or something like that. And this feels more superfluous, but like for the last 8 years, a non-Best Picture nominee has won 2 Oscars. And I just think Babylon will continue in that trend. I wouldn't call it a stat; it's called a trend.
Yeah.
But I think that Babylon will continue that trend and take score and production design.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
because also I can't fathom like really. So yeah, going with Babylon here.
Yeah.
Original song. So I think Not To.
I
Should
think
just be
so
Not
as well. Yeah.
It's been sweeping. However, let's look at Everything Ever. I think Everything Ever is number 2 here.
Potentially. I mean,
Just because of the
I
Best Picture
wouldn't
vote.
rule out Hold My Hand and Lift Me Up. It's a song category. People will just be thinking, oh, it's a song. We can just do whatever we want. We can go for Hold My Hand here because we like Lady Gaga. We can go for Lift Me Up because we like Rihanna. That is a potential. But yeah, probably This Is a Life is number 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say This Is Life in number 2 just because of the passion for the film. I mean, even just look at like 2 years ago with like when Judas and the Black Messiah shocked, right? It was because that was the movie in that category that had the most passion behind it. And Everything Ever obviously is the most passion. It's winning Best Picture. And before we have had surprises where the Best Picture winner wins one of the music categories, and it wasn't really expected. So I could see Everything Ever taking this. I think it is number 2. I'm just going to predict not to though.
I'm going to predict Nati Nata as well. I think it's a deserving win. I think it's again a win that people will want to actually go
People
for.
want to vote for it. Yeah. And like again, it I have a weird feeling about it as well, but like what? Like what's it like?
Yeah, I mean the thing
What am
is,
I
yeah,
gonna
that is
say?
the only thing. RRR does feel like the type of thing that has a lot of passion at one point, and then by the end of the day, just doesn't
And then
actually
we all get
win
upset about it. But like
anything.
I don't think that there's one thing for people to rally around except maybe This Is a Life because of the Best Picture thing. So
Hmm.
yeah. I don't know. I think we're just gonna go not to here. I think we're gonna go
Yeah.
not to. Not to. Okay. So okay, sound. I think this will be Top Gun's only win. Are you going to go with something different here?
No, I'm going Top Gun. I
Okay.
do think
It
Top
could
Gun
be All
gets a
Quiet,
win.
though.
I
I
do
have a
think
feeling about All Quiet.
All Quiet could just if the Academy like it in the way the BAFTAs did, and there's no saying that they don't really like. They could, to be fair.
Yeah.
I don't. Obviously, I think that's a very very minor possibility, but they could give it more text than it's predicted for. They could go cinematography. They could go sound as well. They could even go score. So
Yeah.
maybe they really like All Quiet. I'm banking off the fact they don't love it as much and give it the one win in cinematography. And this
Well,
just
they
goes
could
to
even
Top
still
Gun.
love it, but they love Top Gun more. And I think
Yeah,
Top Gun has always kind of made sense here. So
as a sound, yeah.
I think Top Gun makes sense, and I'm just going to stick with it, but I feel a bit shaky here.
Yeah, there's
Um,
potential for an answer.
Not here.
Unlike this category.
Avatar.
Yeah,
Avatar, obviously moving on. Animated feature. It's
unlike this
Pinocchio.
category.
It's swept the entire year. I mean, it's what else are you gonna say? What else?
Yeah, like it's just not going to be Puss in Boots. You can
Yeah.
try as you like, but it's just not.
Here, unfortunately, it's probably Novelty. It won PGA, it won BAFTA. I hope it's All the Beauty and the Bloodshed. I
I
really,
mean, it's
really hope. I think
documentary,
it's the best
so
in this category.
they could just go for something like All the Beauty and Bloodshed. Like they could go
Right.
for. I think this is really a 3-horse race because Fire of Love did win DGA, so
Yeah.
and they shouldn't really have won DGA. Like it's not really a
No.
directed documentary, but
It kind of is. I would disagree with
I know
that.
it's
I
all
think it's
kind of yeah. I don't know. I guess it is. It's
I would
complicated,
disagree.
but
Yeah.
either way, I do think it's a close race between those three. Now when he just has the better precursors, so I guess we got to go for it.
Yeah,
And it's
I think we just
tiny
got,
as
but
well.
also like if they don't vote, if they don't watch all of them, which we know happens in documentary, right? They're gonna
Yeah.
look, oh, Navalny, oh, that's the Russian guy. Oh, I know what's happening in
And
the world right
yeah,
now.
importantly
Oh,
as
yep,
well, Navalny is probably the one they've likely seen because it's the most
yep.
populous
It was
out
on
of
like
all.
CNN. It's on like yeah, it's definitely the most popular of these. It's definitely going to be the most seen, and it also if they're just looking at the titles, they'll recognize it and think, oh
Yeah.
well, I got to vote for that because of what's going on.
And
It's
it
just
has
yellow, green,
those
and
moments
bloodshed.
that people just want to cheer. So it again sort of feels like the one some people just want to be voting for. Like I'd personally
Yeah,
obviously not go for it. It'd be my fourth in the category
I
out
think
of the
it's the
four I've
worst in the
seen.
category,
So
Navalny.
I've not
So
seen
yeah.
Housemaid of Splinters, so I can't judge
Yeah,
from that one.
it's not. I don't really care for the movie. I think it's fine. But yeah, I really hope it's all the beauty and bloodshed. But I don't have faith in the Academy. I
Yeah.
really honestly don't.
I don't know. I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if All the Beauty was read out. It wouldn't surprise me if Fire of Love was
Yeah,
read out.
Fire of
But
Love as well. Yeah.
gut, it's gonna be Napoli.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Fire of Love's getting a feature narrative adaptation, which is kind of weird.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But international. This is so. I think this is the most maybe the most obvious. It's like this and Kaylee Kwan and
It must
Avatar
be.
for VFX. Like it's
Yeah,
so obviously going to win. Like let's be
yeah,
serious, guys. It's the only one with the
yeah.
best picture nomination. Moving on. It's by the way, All Quiet on the Western Front. In case we needed to say it. Animated short. Okay.
Okay, I didn't realize I was going for the fifth one on Gold Derby, but
Yeah, you're
I'm
going for
going for
number
Ice
5.
Merchants
Okay.
because
I'm.
I've heard great things. It
It's good.
and it just feels like a win. Like it's picked up awards at festivals. It's been on the festival circuit. It feels like it just feels like the sort of thing that might sneak up and win with these short categories. There's no stats. There's no real precursors. You're
Yeah.
just going off your gut. And my gut's telling me people seem to really like Ice Merchants. People seem to
It's
rave about
good.
that. People have
I
seen
like
it.
it.
So yeah.
Listen, I don't think that they watch any of these movies, if I'm being completely honest. I think that there are a very select amount of people who are actually watching the short films.
Mm.
So I think they just look at the names and the titles, which is why I'm going with My Year of Dicks. It's the flashiest title. It's going to stand out. It had that moment during the Oscar nominations. I don't know. I just feel like people are going to vote for it just off the name.
I don't know. I think if people are voting names, surely you vote for the an ostrich told me the world is fake and I think I believe
Yeah,
it.
but
Like
I
I
feel
feel
like
like
more
that's
people
the
also
flashiest name.
saw My Year of Dicks. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think an ostrich told me that.
It's also really good. Like
I'm not
both
gonna
My
be
Year of Dicks and Ostrich are both very good.
an ostrich would be a weird winner. After seeing it, it would be a very
Yeah, but it would
strange.
be good. It's really good though. It's like Severance, but
Yeah,
with an
it's
ostrich.
good. It's no, it is good, but it would be a very strange winner.
Yeah, I mean it's the shorts. They always do weird stuff.
Well,
So
maybe.
yeah, Jesus.
Fair
So
enough.
Doc Short going with the Elephant Whisperer. We're back to going with the number one here. It's
Yeah,
Netflix.
Netflix.
I don't know. It just kind of makes
It's
sense,
a
I
sort of
guess.
inspirational, cutesy thing
Yeah,
about animals that might just win.
yeah, I agree. And then live action short, I'm going with Le Pupille. It could be Irish Goodbye, but Le Pupille was on Disney Plus, so it's
Yeah,
gonna at least people have seen it. And it has the Alfonso Cuarón name attached, so when they're voting, they'll see, oh, that guy. We've gave him like 2 or 3 Oscars, so
yeah. Like Irish Goodbye to
yeah,
BAFTA, didn't it? Did it win a BAFTA?
yeah, but who?
Yeah, but I don't think that really matters, and it is because it was a British short film.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, I do think those are the clear top two. They're the two that people have heard of. They're the two that people seem to have watched. So
yep.
I guess you're just picking out of a hat between those two, and I guess Le Pupille
We're going Le
will
Pupille.
win.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
So we're going to quickly just go over. These are our final predictions. We've gone through everything. Best Picture, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Best Director, The Daniels. Best Actress, we're going with Michelle Yeoh. We're going to go with it. I'm scared, but I'm going with Michelle. Actor, I'm going Butler. Thomas is sticking with Fraser. We're going to be stubborn about this.
Yeah.
Supporting Actress, we're saying Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
This is a bit bold of us. We're going with number 3 in Gold, but we're going with Jamie Lee. We think Everything Everywhere is going to be the first since network to win 3 acting Oscars. Supporting actor, Kei Kwan. Adapted screenplay, I'm saying Women Talking outright. Thomas is saying Women Talking unless something else wins WJ tonight, in which case he's saying All Quiet on the Western Front.
But I don't think that will happen. I think
yes, we just think it's going to be Women Talking. And I'm just saying being stubborn saying Women Talking. Original screenplay, we're saying Everything Everywhere All at Once. Again, going with a sweep. Cinematography, All Quiet on the Western Front. Costume design, Elvis. But it could be Everything Everywhere, but we're going with Elvis. Editing, we're saying Everything Everywhere All at Once. Makeup, Elvis. Production design, The Sweeper, Babylon. Score, Babylon, but we're scared. Song, not to, but we're also scared for This Is a Life. Sound, Top Gun Maverick, maybe All Quiet, but we think it's Top Gun. VFX, obviously Avatar. Animated, Pinocchio, obviously. Documentary, Novelty, but we hope it's not.
Could be something else. Yeah.
An international, All Quiet. Animated short, I'm going with My Year of Dicks. Thomas is going with Ice Merchants. We're both going with Elephant Whisperer and Doc short, and we're both going for Le Pupille and live action short. Those are our final predictions in
final
all
ones
2023 Oscars categories. We're only split on 2 categories: actor and animated short, and maybe adapted screenplay. If I'm talking to
maybe that if something goes wrong with adapted screenplay, but hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it's just
yeah. But anyways, this time next week.
Yeah, I will say,
next week will be the Oscars.
If this is how it ends up, I'd be very happy. I won't be mad.
I won't be mad.
Like, my favorite in the category of Best Picture, Banshees wouldn't be taking home anything, but I don't think it needs to really take home an Oscar. I would like to see it win somewhere, but Everything Everyone at Once, what a great winner that would be. If you get Women Talking and adapted screenplay, the text, giving so much to Elvis, little bit questionable, but I think overall it'd be a great ceremony if these are
overall. Yeah. Also, I'm definitely going to predict My Year of Dicks now because the writer just followed me on Twitter. Yay.
Oh, okay. Fair
enough. Yeah. So, anyways, any questions before we head out? We'll take like 5-10 minutes if you guys have anything. Are we gonna do a live reaction to the Oscars? I don't know if we're gonna live stream it. We'll definitely be recording a reaction. I don't know about a live stream. I don't know.
I feel like that's the Oscar experts territory. We don't want to be intruding.
I know. Well, especially if Oscar experts doing it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tar going empty-handed will be the death of me. I think it's gonna happen, Jack. I really think it's gonna happen. I don't think that you got anything else.
The only chance it's got is actress. So it's not going to win anywhere else.
We're going for Michelle. We're going for the passion.
Yeah. Whereas at least if you don't want Banshees to win, if you don't want Banshees to go empty-handed, you've got 2 places where you could theoretically go for it.
Yeah. For sure. Banshees, Tar, and Fabelmans. Yeah, I think that they all are going home empty-handed. At least that's what we're predicting.
So I think we've never seen a film with the momentum and with the passion like Everything Everywhere at Once for good decades. So I think it will be a different Oscars.
Maybe ever.
Like, you're not going to be seeing these films pick up these nice little wins. Like, okay, you can get a win there, you get a win there. No, I think we will just be seeing a big sweep.
Something cool. Can I have your channel? So Irishman went home empty-handed. Like, this has happened before, guys. I mean, Trial. I mean, and that kind of makes sense for Fabelmans, but Banshees and Tar, because it Everything Ever isn't like Nomadland. Everything Ever All at Once is stronger than Nomadland, and I will stand by that. It's been winning way more. I don't think it's got any competition. There's nothing to come up and steal it. There's no reason to share.
We don't have to worry about it winning picture. It's just there's Jamie Lee Curtis, Mojo, original screenplay. Those are places you have to write. Picture.
Yeah, but I think it wins bare minimum 2 out of those 3. Bare minimum 2 of those 3.
I could see it winning one.
Okay, it's gonna win at least one.
It's gonna win at least one of them, yeah. But I wouldn't say bare minimum 2 of them because they could theoretically. There's nothing to stop it being like the BAFTAs not liking Everything Everywhere All at Once as much. There's no reason it really would be like that. It would still be winning picture whatever happens, but they might not love it in the same way we were expecting it to. It's the only thing.
Yeah. I mean, this is also interesting content, but again, I don't really think that that's a stat. I would classify that more as a trend. As far as
it's an interesting trend, though.
It's an interesting trend, but you can also look at the trend of when SAG and BAFTA split in supporting. It's gone to the SAG winner, or it's gone to the SAG winner when the person's in a Best Picture winner every single year for the last 10 years. So there's and I would call that maybe more of a stat. So I don't know.
There's stats to go over. It's a very open race. Yeah.
So yeah. I don't know. I don't really have too much passion behind either of them. My personal favorite in the category is Paul Mescal.
Followed by Colin Farrell.
Yeah. Followed by Colin Farrell. Followed by Bill Nighy. But I would prefer Austin. I would definitely prefer Austin over Brendan.
I think I prefer Fraser. Which is maybe where all of this debate is stemming from.
But the whale's just bad. Any comic book fans? I have read. I'm not.
I can't say
very
to be honest. I can't say.
I'm not very into it. But we'll see if there's any in chat. Spielberg deserving more recognition. I don't really have very strong. I should went Thin Red Line in my opinion, but Park Chan-wook, Park Chan-wook hopefully gets his recognition someday. Like
Hopefully, I mean, yeah, he obviously deserves it. The fact the decision to leave did not. It's
didn't even
joke.
get international.
It is a literal joke. The decision to leave was snubbed for international. Yeah. There's no reason for it. Like it got the BAFTA.
It should have won. It should have won. So, but yeah, it's just stupid. It's stupid. You're doing your channel.
Okay.
Jack. Paul Mescal, not Mescal. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense actually. Mescal.
Living into Leslie are not real movies. Probably not. Honestly.
No. I mean, yeah. I've not seen Living, so I can't say it is.
Steven's not winning director, guys.
I feel like it needed to happen at DGA. DGA was a decider. If Daniels had enough strength to win a DGA, it had enough strength.
They love Spielberg. They gave it for like the color purple. They gave it to Spielberg for everything.
They gave it to Munich as well, I said.
Yeah. I think they gave it to him from Munich as well. Like they love Stevie Spiels, and they didn't even get it to him here. Like guys, if you're doubting everything everywhere, like I understand maybe a little bit doubts in screenplay. Maybe you don't think it's gonna win 3 acting Oscars. Like I get it.
But we're thinking it will
it's the movie. It is the movie of the year. It is
all the guild support. Yeah,
like we're gonna see when ACE and WJ
it broke records of both SAG and the Independent Spirits. Like it's breaking records. It's a record-breaking
records.
film.
It's going to be breaking the record for most guild wins. Like come on, guys. Come on. It's just happening. It is just happening. Anyways, that is it for our final Oscars predictions. I really appreciate everybody for stopping by and watching. We'll see how this ages. ACE is happening right now. They're going through the TV stuff. The important things will probably happen in like 30 minutes to an hour. Any crazy upset predictions? Last thing, I guess Jamie Lee is our big upset prediction.
I think that's the one we're predicting. Yeah. I mean, I guess if we're looking outside of that, of something that we're maybe not predicting, but could happen. I don't know.
Everything Ever in Costumes or like This Is a Life in Song would be the two things that like
This Is a Life in Song. Yeah.
I mean, Everything Ever in Costumes is only 45 in Gold Derby. So yeah. I know TV is important, but I'm saying the things that we care about for this. Thank you, you two. ACE, WJ. We recorded kind of a reaction to Indie Spirit, just kind of a watch along. So probably in the next couple days, I might record something for ACE, and WJ tonight. So it'll just kind of be like an amalgamation of all of the things that happened this weekend between Indie Spirit, ACE, ASC, and WGA. So just kind of all of those things. So probably Tuesday, Wednesday, you'll see that. A new channel called Emmy Buzz. Maybe. We'll definitely be doing some things with Jack at Oscar Film Forecast. We'll for sure be doing that.
And Chester 22, I have no idea, but it should be spelled with a fave. It should be spelled with a U, and that is there's no. It just should be spelled with it. Yes, everything should be spelled with a U. Color with a U.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate it. Center with an RE at the end. Is that a thing that you do, or is that just Canadian?
Yeah, and meter as well. Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. You're French. Okay. Anyway.
Well, our language is from French. Yeah, that's true.
And Anthony, for sure. You'll be seeing us over there, just like you'll see Jack here. Sam might be here sometime soon. I don't know. We're all on each other's stuff. It's fun. But anyways, we'll have those things tonight. You'll be seeing video reaction for ACAC, WJ, Indie Spirit all in the next couple of days. But this is fun. A week later. This is why you get Film Slate over there, because you butchered the language.
Yeah, we deserve it. I think American comes from British, actually. I'll have you know. I think we are the originators. All right.
Well, thank you, everybody, for watching.
We colonialized you.
Just actively supporting colonialism. All right,
Yep.
that is it,
If it means
everybody.
we get a you in colour and a you in favourite, yes, I'm all sport to it.
Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
We'll see you sometime this week, maybe for more videos and reviews, and then next week for the Oscars, because those are things that are happening. For now, thank you everybody for watching, and goodbye.